So today topic, how to implement library management system case study. So the topic is how to implement library management system using Java, OOPS concepts, collection framework and file handling. OOPS concepts in the sense inheritance, abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism. So these are things it will include here. And collections. So how we can list of books we can add, and serialization, how to write the book data, library data to the file, and how to read the data from the file. So these things we will do. So the step by step implementation. So before going to start, so you need the softwares for this. Before going to start, we need the JDK 11 or 8 also fine, and we need any IDE. So IDE is nothing but integrated development environment. You can go for IntelliJ IDE, Eclipse IDE, anything. So here I'm using the Eclipse IDE. So you can use any IDE. It is fine. So JDK 11 or 8 and Eclipse IDE we need. So if you want to implement this project, and the skill set, so you need to have collection information, so at least basic knowledge in the collections, and file handling, like how to write the file, how to read the file, serialization, deserialization. So these things you have to be clear on these topics. And OOPS concepts, the basic requirement for the implementing this project. So here the book is the basic class, that is a contains book information. So book is the class. Inside that we have the properties or attributes. Book information, what is the book ID, what is the title, author, price, availability. So what is the generation type, so what is the category, generation nothing but category. So what is the type of category, it is engineering books or non-engineering books, IT books, non-IT books, communication skills, technology, different, what is the generation type of the books. Okay. So methods is nothing but create the setters and getters for the each and every property. ToString method for to display the information in the formatted output. So formatted in the sense, instead of taking the SOP and giving the ID is this one, name is this one, like that. So instead of giving that SOP, we are taking the toString method. It will print the formatted output. Like, so what is the ISBN, what is the title, what is the author, you will get in the clearly on the output side. Okay. So how to create this class? If you have the Eclipse IDE and JDK, we will do it. And second one, library. So library class, we need to create the library class. So here if you need the book information, so library needs the books, right? So we can go for the extends book. If you want the book information, you can extend the features from book class to library. So means what will happen here, book to library is nothing but, so book is the base class and library is the derived class. So it is inheritance concept. Okay, we are following inheritance concept. You can reuse the book information. So inside the library, so what is the name of the library, address of the library, and we need the list of books inside the library. So library contains a number of books. So we need to use the collections. So list of books. Next, methods. What are the methods we are operating inside the library? So library can add the books, can remove the books. Okay. We can search by the author. We can search by the generation type, technology books or non-technology books. Okay. So different spirituality books, or sports books, communication skills, different books. So based on author, based on generation, we can search the books, and we can add the book and remove the book, and we can display all the books, available books here. So while searching the book, we will throw the exception. If it is not available, it is available, we'll print the data. So it is library contents. Then member class contains the member details. What is the member ID, name of the member, and what is the borrowed books. And here we need the library information. So library contains the books. From the library, member can assign the book. Like he can take the book, borrow the book, or he can return the book and display the borrowed books. Borrow the book, return the book, and taking the book and giving back, and display the borrowed books. What are the books it is borrowed? So finally, in the serialization handler, what it will do? So here we have the serialized library, deserialized library. Serialized in the sense, what are the information we have, library information, member information, or student information, we will write in the file with the help of the library details and the file name. So serialized is nothing but writing the data in the file Deserial is nothing but reading the data from the file. So we need the file name, and from that we can read the data and displaying to the end user. So these are the required classes. And exception handling I told. So while iterating over the data, so the searching element is available, we will display the information. The searching element is not available, we have to throw the information. So the given id is not available, the given book is not available. Okay. And that is book not found exception. Not enough books is nothing but in library we have the 10 books, but the user needs the more than that. So maybe 15 or 20, so he needs the more than that. Or if you have the inside the library we have the same category, same book, 5 items, but you need the more than that. So at the time what we have to give the exception, not enough books available, not enough books available for that condition. So these things we have to implement the logically and communicate the different classes. Here we are implementing abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance concept, one version concept to achieve the library management system application. So here implementation they clearly mention so what they are expecting. So use encapsulation to hide the internal details. Use encapsulation to hide internal details of class and provide the access through getter and setter methods. So this is we are doing with the help of the setters and getters classes in book class or library wherever we want. And utilize inheritance to create base class for common attributes methods shared among the different classes wherever you need to utilize that. Here example book as a base class means not only book, you can take anything. So which one you are taking, that is a base class. So demonstrate polymorphism by allowing the different methods to accept objects of the base class but work with objects of derived classes, getting the features from the base class, and with the help of derived classes we will get the information, we will pass the arguments, we will update the data, read the data. So these are the things we can do it with the help of polymorphism concept. Okay. And implement abstraction by creating abstract methods or classes that represent a common behavior without providing a complete implementation. So using either abstraction or interfaces we can go for. See, implementing abstraction by creating abstract methods. So abstract methods we can create inside the interface and we can create inside the abstract class also. So which one you are going for that? Anything you can take. Here I'm taking the interfaces. We'll see how to take the abstract methods that represent common behavior. And handle exceptions appropriately when the book is not available, throw the book not found exception. When the existing book, the amount of the quantity of the books is mismatching, we need to throw the not enough books exception. When there are not enough copies of a book to borrow, so we need the 5 books but we have the only 3, so we need to throw the exception. Then using the serialization deserialization we are writing the data into the files, library data, and reading the data from the file. So this is a case study what we are expecting from the candidate. Okay, the step by step implementation, how to implement these steps one by one. Okay, so already I have the project but I will show the step by step what I have implemented in the project. So how to create the project and how to create the classes, these are things I will show it. Okay, please. For time being I'm minimizing the time consuming process, so otherwise for writing the each and every line it will take long time. Okay. So here we have CLMS case study is the one project I have created. So what are the classes we have here? The same classes we will recreate again for your better understanding purpose. So I'm creating the simple project. So after opening the Eclipse IDE, inside the Eclipse IDE we have to create the Java project. Okay. If it is not available Java project, here you can see the open perspective. If you click on the open perspective, you can find the Java. If you select the Java here, open it. So there directly you will get new file, new Java project. So project name you can give it anything. So library management system or anything you can give it. Library system or lib management. So I'm taking the library system just for understanding. Library system or library management system, library operations, anything you can take it. So project name. So no need to create the module here, just library system I created. So the library system contains one src folder. Here we can create all the Java files. So right click on the src folder and create one common package. So what is the package you need to create for that? You can create separately also, or you can create so interface separately and exception separately. So different package also we can create. No issue on this. For learning purpose, I'm giving the best option, the simple way. So com dot entities, or you can take the LMS, com.lms, library management system. So in this library management system, we need the book class. How to create the book class? So right click on the package class. The class name is book. Inside the book, we need the attributes or properties. So this is the book class. You can see the what are the properties we have: ISBN, title, author, price, availability, generation, and etc. So anything if you want, you can take it. Availability is nothing but how many books are available. Availability data, it is 2 books or 3 books, 5 books, how many things is there. Okay, you can take it. The same here, I'm creating the private. So you can see the document ISBN, string ISBN, or you can take the simply any ID, so as per your requirement. Private string title, author price, private string author, private int price, private int availability, the quantity of the availability, private int availability, okay, availability. And generation is nothing but what type of generation. It is a type of the categories. Okay, it is engineering books or chemical books or doctor books, different science books, different string generations. So these are the attributes what we're expecting from the book class. Then setters and getters and toString method. So after implementing this, you can see the code. So here I'm maximizing this window. So here you can see only properties we have. If you right click in this location, you can find the source. You can find the source. Generate getters and setters. Generate getters and setters. Select all. Select all and generate. Okay. And another method we need toString method. We need the toString method. Again, right click source. Generate toString method. ToString method to print the data in the formatted way. So these are the requirement we need inside the book class. If you want to create constructors, you can create constructors also. So while creating the constructors, you can take it. So as your wish. It is not restricted, you can take as per your requirement. Default constructor also we can take. And parameters constructor also, without writing the single line, we can create it. Right click here, source, generate constructor using fields, generate it. So these are the functions or methods and attributes inside the book class. Very simple. The same way I have implemented here the previous project. You can see the book.java. Same properties. Okay, same thing only. And so here we have the one requirement actually. So we need to store the library contains the book contains the book information. Library contains the books, book contains the book information. So here serialization part, we need to store the library means combination of the book class and the library class, both we will store into the file. So serialization is nothing but we need to implement that class as a serializable. So here also we are achieving the inheritance concept. Interface to class is serialize, implements keyword, serializable is the interface. So it is a warning, it is not error. If you want to add the default serial version ID, you can add it, no issue. It is very basic concept. The same way we need library class. We need the library class. You can see library class attributes in these things. So from here, the same story only again and again, but I'm taking the reference from the previous project, so you can implement it from scratch. So com.lms, I'm creating the another class, library class. Library class. You can see the library class. So the library class contains the attributes, list of books we need, and library name and address. So I'm taking for your reference here. Now see, list of books is nothing but private collection list. We can take it. The generic we need the book information. That is list of books. Okay, list books or list of books. You can take it is object. The same way I have implemented. So we can take the same methods from the reference project. I will explain it. No issue. So here library class I have created same library only. So you can see the list of books and library name. L name is the library name and address. Okay, just copy these things. So I have given how to create the setters and getters. So set method, set library name, get library name, set address, get address, and the list of books we need to add the books for this property. So for that we have the inside the library. So what are the methods? Add book, remove book, search by author, search by generation. So type of the book and display available books. So add book needs a book object. Add books need book object. So we are taking the book object here. So the books equal to null, we need to initialize that object and add the book object to the list of books, because collection have the inbuilt method add method. With the help of that we can add the information. Okay. Same thing here. So here what we have to do again, implement serializable, because it is also serializable data to the files. Okay, serializable. Done. Okay, same thing. So what are the methods we need? We have implemented inside the library class. So for add, we need the add object. So inside the collection of books, we need to pass the each and every object is the one book information. With the help of the add, we can add the book to the your list of books. What is the object we have here? List of books. Okay. The same way for remove book, you can say the method, next method remove book. With the help of the ID, the ISBN ID, we need to remove the book. The ISBN ID is matching inside our list of books. We need to remove that. So here I am giving the remove book, iterating over the list of books. Where the book is matching the ISBN, that book I am removing from the list and giving the information to the successfully deleted one book from the library. So then break. So no need to go for the further operation. Only one book we can do it. Right. Same thing. Then again I'm taking the search by author. Search by author. Search by author is nothing but we are iterating over the list of books, and that book author name is available inside that list of books. Okay, we need to get that author and adding to the one separate list. Why I'm taking this? Maybe same author, multiple books implemented. So based on the author list of books we need to print it. So that's the reason I'm taking the list of books here and returning to the list of objects, the book by author. B, I'm taking shortcut book by author, I'm returning to this one. Okay, then the same way search by generation. The search by generation is nothing but, so here the generation is the type of the book. The book is available, maybe engineering books, IT books, list of books. We will return the list of books again, or not. We will give the given book is not available. So not found exception, book not found exception. So list book, displayable books. What are the available books? We need to list it. So the same thing, add, remove, search by, and display all the books. It is library class. Next we need the member class. Inside the member ID, name, borrowed books. Okay, create the member class. Create the member class. Okay, create the member class, and the member needs the library because so library system. So simple way, new class, member class. Member class needs library information. So that's the reason I'm taking the extends library. So library contains the book. Members needs the borrowing the books. Members needs borrowing the book. So the books coming from the library. So n number of books, you have the 10 or 10, 30 requirements we will get from the library. Okay. So inside this member book, we need the member information. You can see the member information, member ID, and the name of borrowed books and quantity. So what is the quantity you are expecting? Okay. So here you can see the requirement. So member contains a borrow book and a return book and a display borrowed books. Okay, borrow book, return book, and display borrowed books. So here we are taking the properties ID, name, and borrowed books, list of borrowed books because one person, one member can have the multiple books. Again, I'm taking the list of books here, the borrowed books, and how many quantity for that books. Okay, so here, so I'm taking the simple information. This is a member. While loading the data, so while creating the object for the member, I need the book information. That's the reason I'm taking the book here inside the default constructor. Or you can pass a dynamically also. So here I'm taking for the education purpose. In the simplest way, I'm explaining it. So if you take the dynamical using scanner class, using the switch case, and create the information, create the member data, then you can add the data. But here I'm taking the simple way to achieve our requirement. So here I'm getting the two book details and adding to the your library. Okay, so add book to the library. So library object I created here, that library data I'm adding to the two books. And constructor, if you want to add the member information, member ID, string name, and quantity. So a number of quantity you can add it. Okay. So here the setters and getters, you guys know. Borrow book means based on the ID, I'm borrowing the book as per the given document. You can say the borrow book ISBN. So I'm passing the ISBN. The given ISBN is available inside the list of books. We have the list of available library books. The books contains two records. The given ISBN is matching. Then we will add to the borrowed books. Borrowed books dot add. One book we can add it. If the ID is not available, we need to throw the book not found exception. The same way written book. After taking the written book, so you are consuming borrowing the book here. Again, you have to after some time you can return the book. The written book, what we are doing with the help of the same document. So written book by the ISBN. So we are passing the ISBN inside the display borrowed books contains the borrowed books previously. That data we are checking it is available or not available data. Then we can remove from the borrowed books and adding to the your library. It will update automatically. Or you can just show the as per the requirement. Successfully written book from the ISBN. Then so display the borrowed books. If you have the borrowed books, you can display. If you don't have, you can display the null data. The empty data you can print it. So this is the member class and information. Then we have the serialization handler. For serializable library, deserializable library, two methods we have. So one method contains the library with a string file name, another method contains the string file name. Okay. So here I am creating the one interface for the serialize method and deserialize method abstract methods. That is serialization service for understanding the better way abstracting class or interfaces to achieve the abstract methods how to implement. Okay, nothing. So inside the class LMS, the project you can create the in place of class interface. You can take the interface. Okay, interface. Serialization service, or you can just copy paste no issue. Inside that, okay, serialization service class. Okay, create, finish it. Inside that interface, we need to have two methods, only two methods, you can check it. Serialize library object and file name. And a library deserialize to read the data, to write the data. Serialization is write the data, deserialize read the data. You need the file name. So here with the help of these two methods, interface contains the abstract method. There is no implemented data. You can see the just template. Just template. So as per the document, you can verify that. So here implement abstraction by creating abstract methods or classes that represent common behavior without providing a complete implementation. So it is abstract methods. We will override now with the help of the implements or something. We have the polymorphism concept method of overriding, overloading. Overloading is nothing but static polymorphism, overriding the dynamic or runtime polymorphism. So now we need to implement this interface and provide the body for the serialization operation, deserialization operation. Now, so with the next class, what we need to implement? Serialization handler class. Serialization handler class. So the serialization handler class, create it. Inside that, serialize library and deserialize library. So already we have the two methods from the interface. Implement that methods and provide the body. Implement that methods and provide the body. So you can see the same class. You guys know how to create the class. Okay. So create new class. And class name is serialization handler. Inside that we need the two methods, implements, interface methods. Now you can see that. So implement serialization service, same thing. Okay, and inside that we have the serialized library one method, and another method is the deserialization library method. Here we have the object output stream is nothing but writing the data. Object input stream is nothing but reading the data from the file. So what is the file name you are giving? So as your choice, you can pass the file name, okay, through main method class and library object. It will create the file to our project and we can check it is created or not. And with the help of that file, we can read the data. With the help of the object input stream, we can read the data. And that object input stream is the library object. We will read the information with the help of the library. Library contains books. These two methods in the serialization handler class. Okay. So we need the exception handling next. So next implementation is exception handling. Book not found exception, not enough books exception. So how to create the exceptions? If you have the basic knowledge in the exception handling, try catch finally, and custom exception how to create, the same thing only we are implementing here. You can see inside the same package, create as per the document book not found exception. Okay. So what is that? Book not found exception. Not found exception. Book not found exception. So that book not found exception is a simple normal Java class. We need to go for the extends exception class. Exception class. So here the public class, what is the constructor how to create it? Book not found exception constructor. So string message, we need to display the message. The book is not available. The given ID is not available. So book not found. So this message print as per the predefined exception format. So if you want to add the serialization version ID, you can add it just for warning purpose. Nothing. So it is book not found exception. Another exception we need not enough books. You can say the not enough books. Create the class name. The same step what we implemented previously. Here also we'll follow the same. Book not enough books. Exception. Extends exception class. Exception class. Public not enough books. String message. Super message. Very simple concept. Okay, done. So these two. Okay. Exception classes we need to utilize where we are performing the book search operation or book borrowing operations. Okay, so we need to update it. So next coming to the main class. So we need to go for the main method class. So I am taking the main util.java, that is main method class. So inside this, what are the operations we need to do? So we will do it. Okay. So simple inside the class, can paste. So how to create the class, you guys know. So how to create the class, right? And main method, we will take the inside the class is the main method, public static void main string args throws exception. There is exception handling. So you can throw the exceptions. So here for initial purpose, the main method starting purpose, we need the book information first because book contains the book details. The number of books we are storing into the library. So that's the reason I'm taking the library object here. So what is the library name and what is the address? And the book object 1, book object 2. So here book ISBN and the title and the author, price, quantity, that is availability, and generation, I think type of the programming, and the IT subject or science subjects. Okay, so it is programming. Just I'm giving it. You can take the Java and you can go for the any consultations, English book or any something English communication. It is communication book. So you can take any information. And the serialization handler class have the serialization and deserialization methods. So with the help of the library object and the library name, so what is the string file name? We need to pass to the serialization handler class to create the file and storing the library information in our file. So for that, we are passing the library object and the file name. So with the help of the deserialization, we will read the data from the file. So we are taking the deserialize method here. Okay. So that methods I'm printing here. You can see the DT1 is the here display available books inside the library. So what are the books we stored inside the file? The same data we are storing here. Okay. You can check inside your project there is no files. Inside your project there is no file. So after running this main method class, we are creating the one file contains the library information. Okay, you can see it. So run on Java application. So here you can see the book information. We have book ISBN, title, author, and price. We have the two books. Another one is AB. Okay, we have the two books. So that data contains inside your project. You can see there is no file. If you refresh your project, you can find the file also inside the file. You can see the library.txt. So here we store the data. The same data only we are reading with the help of the deserialization. Okay, so I hope understanding. So this is the information for the serialization deserialization library management application with creating the book with the help of the book details we are storing into the library. So the library data we are storing into the files and reading the data. Next, borrowing operation. So here I'm separately printing for the purpose, for understanding purpose I'm printing here. You can see the, so it is for the decoration purpose only. I'm printing in the local machine what are the available books it is available. Okay. So with the help of the display available books from the library, we will display all available books and getting over the data. Search by author. We have the one operation. So add operation we have done. Okay, if it comes to the library, we added the book and we are searching the book by the author by generation. By author I am searching here James. If James is there, he will get the one book. You can see that it is available or not. Okay, you can see the James. Okay, and so the book we are printing here, so you can see the James book we are printing separately. So search by book. Directly I'm printing the book information. Okay. The book is available, it will print it. If it is not available, the book not found exception. If it is not available, that search by author. So the size is equal to 0, you will get the given book is not available. If it is available, we will get the book details. Then generation. So we have the IT here. You can see the IT we removed to communication. So what we have to do, the generation is not matching. So we need to throw the book is not available exception. The same book not available exception we are throwing here. You can see the book not available exception we are throwing. If we have the matching generation, so what is the type of the category? So here I'm giving programming and communication. I'm giving the communication. Maybe you can see the communication and run it. So you can see the ABP is the communication ID, English book, we got it. So availability price 32, price is 32, availability is the 5, then communication is the generation. Okay. And so it is by the search by author, search by generation, and remove by the ISBN. You can see the remove book by ISBN. The HH book is not available. So when we are taking the remove book by HS, you can see the library remove book. The remove book, we can pass the ISBN. If it is not available, it will throw the exception. So the HS is not available. So if you pass the ISBN is matching ABP, so there is no error. Okay, and it will remove it. And coming to the bar next member operation. So we have display the books, search by generation, search by author, remove the book and add the book. And here you can see the member operation. So borrow the book and return the book, display the borrowed books. So here from the line number 73, borrow the book, we need the member object to borrow the book from the library. So I have the member ID, member name and quantity. She is expecting the quantity is a 7. But here I am taking the ABB ISBN have the only the quantity is 1 only, that is the quantity is the 5 we have. ABP ID ISBN is the 5 availability books we have. But I'm expecting the 7 numbers. So then it will throw the not enough books exception. You can see the not enough books exception. You can see not enough books exception. It will throw it. Okay. And if it is matching the quantity, then I'm taking the less than that. You can see successfully we will get it. There is no error. Successfully deleted the one book, and you can see the book ISBN is available with that book price available quantity is a 5. So we got it. And if you want to return the book based on the ISBN, you can pass it. So what is the ISBN we are passing here? String ISBN, the book ISBN, ABB. So we are borrowing that book and returning the book. Okay. So here we are printing the displayed available books. You can see the borrowed books we displayed here. The borrowed book is this one. So ABP is the Python book. We have borrowed that and we returned that book also successfully. So it is simple library management application. For education purpose, I have given very simple way. So here the modification as a learner point of view. If you want to add more, okay, if you want to add more points or something, if you want to modernize this application, so the extension I am giving, if you can go for the dynamic input switch case, you can use, and scanner class dynamically we can read the data. That's enough. Or if you want to upgrade to the database, you can go for the JDBC and store the data into the database. In place here I'm taking the files, so you can take the JDBC also, create the tables and store the information, read the information. So the same application you can upgrade to the Spring Framework, Spring Boot, and front end and back end. Take the front end application and read the data from the front end and store into the database. And end-to-end application also we can implement. Okay, so it is simple concept. And if you have any questions or any doubts, you can drop a message or you can write the mail to our concerned department. They will contact you. So or we will reply back to the what you are facing.